Hello, what is up, guys? Today I am doing What If Naruto Had Bond's Powers Part 2. And I might do the rest of the what ifs of this just for like 5 days straight or however long, but I'm not gonna be posting other what ifs for a while, so I hope you enjoyed this one. And I also wanted to address last time that I made a what if Naruto was an angel. I forgot to mention that I was gonna put Sakura back on Team 7, and I apologize about that. That's my mistake, and I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that I was changing stuff up. And yeah, I hope you guys can forgive me, and please watch the rest of this what if. Let's get right into it. So the next day, Naruto, gets up, takes a shower, gets out of the house, and he leaves. He sees Sasuke and Sakura walking around. They're bored because Kakashi still hasn't come yet, and he just decides to try out some of his new jutsu that he learned last night. And he's not that proficient in it yet, but he's gonna practice it anyway. But instead of using his chakra to really control the jutsu, he just used sheer strength and punched the air and rotating the wind around his arm, and it created kind of a spear. It's kind of like winning Gale but without launching a clone. I think that's what the Boruto used it for. I don't know. I don't like Boruto. I never watched it. I just heard about it. But yeah, you guys can call that attack whatever you want and put some suggestions down below. I don't know what to call it. I guess you could call it chakra spear or something. And this cuts down a tree as it's released. There's a huge shockwave that goes everywhere, and Sakura and Sasuke just asks what jutsu was that? And Naruto says, "Oh, just made it up. Haven't decided a name for it yet." Sasuke could not say another word because he feels completely dominated. He's been fighting Naruto for years and hasn't beaten him at all, and now he finds out that he's not only good at taijutsu, but is really proficient in ninjutsu. So he's kind of losing his determination, I guess you could say. So as this is happening, Kakashi walks up and explains what they're going to be doing, and he straps the bells to himself and pulls out his book and starts reading and says to go. And Naruto feels disrespected because just because he's a Jonin doesn't mean he gets to read while he's doing their tests. So he blitzes Kakashi, looking like he's body flickering, but it's just pure physical strength. He appears right behind him and does a roundhouse kick to his head, which Kakashi blocks, thinking that it's gonna be easy. He's just a Genin, but it actually breaks the bones in his arms, and he steps back, puts the book away, and decides, though, I gotta get serious. This kid is gonna kill me. Everyone heard the loud crack, and it sounded disgusting. Naruto did not hold back because he was pissed. Again, he doesn't really like people like Sasuke. Don't be arrogant just because you're on a higher rank. He's kind of pissed. He's like, damn, I thought I put him down. And Sasuke takes this as his opportunity to fire a fireball jutsu at Kakashi, which Kakashi barely dodges, being surprised and all. And Naruto blasts towards him again, and this time Kakashi just instantly activates his Sharingan because he cannot take these Genin lightly. And they go on for a taijutsu battle for a while. And since Kakashi has a broken left arm, Naruto used this as an advantage and hauled him to the ground with his arm behind his back and said, "Hey yo Sakura, come make yourself useful and grab the bells." She begrudgingly does it because she feels disrespected, but she just jumps out of the bushes and grabs the bells, and they pass. And with that, they are now officially Genin. Naruto helps up Kakashi, who was kind of breathing heavily because his arm just got broken and he barely has any stamina. And what Naruto does is that he touches his shoulder and runs the Kyuubi's chakra through him, healing him. Kakashi asks, "What was that?" Oh, that was the Kyuubi's chakra. He still hasn't told me the name though, so Kakashi is amazed that he even got to talk or much less see the Kyuubi, because Kurama hates humans, but he let Naruto control his chakra. And Sasuke is getting more and more frustrated, while Sakura is just scared. because at some point in time she did used to make fun of Naruto, like when he was younger. But now Naruto can completely just kill her if he wanted. So she feels a little scared. So for the next few days, Naruto learns way more wind release and masters it with Kurama's help, and also learned his name is Kurama. And through the missions, after he goes to sleep every day, he enters his mindscape and keeps training while he's sleeping. So he gained a lot of knowledge. He can use the Rasengan, a bit of I'll say water and storm release. He can also do basic jutsu like the vacuum bullet, air bullet. I'm gonna add on more, but that's it for now. And he also has the 3-section staff, just like Bond. He bought it, and he runs. Sometimes runs lightning, coating it, or uses wind. So when he chucks it at people, like gives off a huge shockwave and pushes them back. And he also learned how to absorb physical strength and chakra way more without, losing much stamina. So that's good. So eventually Naruto would get tired of small missions, so he would annoy the hell out of Hiruzen until he gave in. And now they had a higher ranked mission because Naruto just would not shut up. So the next day Naruto comes out of his house with his 3-section staff and heads to the Hokage's office. They meet Tazuna, who doesn't really trust him, and begins to berate the team. And Naruto is actually body flickers in front of him this time and says, "Are we gonna go or not?" And Tazuna just shuts up. He's like, "Yeah, I get what I have done wrong." And they start heading in the forest. And soon Naruto senses 2 chakra natures with intense bloodlust directed at them. That's when the demon brothers pop out, as Naruto body flickers behind them and knocking them out because he can't kill them. They need them to interrogate why they are attacking Tazuna. And Sasuke is just like freaking lost, and he's like, "I'm really getting sick of you hogging all the spotlight." And Naruto says, "This isn't about your pride right now. We're going to attack Tazuna. We're ninja. Stop being so self-centered." Sasuke backs off because he can't really retaliate with anything, and Kakashi wakes up the demon brothers and interrogates them. After he learns what they were trying to do, he actually scolds Tazuna because he's like, "Why would you lie about the rank of the mission?" Obviously Tazuna didn't want to give too much money because their village is already poor, so he had to lie about it. But Kakashi just says it's fine as long as you don't meet any higher ranked shinobi. If Naruto can take out these guys that easily, then we'll be fine. And as he says this, a huge sword comes popping out of nowhere as both Naruto and Kakashi yell at everyone to duck and pull them down. The sword gets stuck in a tree and Zabuza hops on it and gets down and pulls it out. And he demands for Tazuna, and him and Kakashi start fighting. And Kakashi tells Team 7 to protect Tazuna, and they're getting like in a position, And Kakashi still ends up in the water prison jutsu, but this time, all that Naruto is going to do is yell out, "Hunter Fest!" And then with that, Zabuza will lose bit and bit and bit and bit of his chakra until he releases the water ball jutsu. As Kakashi just starts beating him up, just beating him up so much because he barely has any chakra left, and Naruto also took a bit of his physical strength, so he's not matching in taijutsu or ninjutsu. And whenever he does a big attack at Kakashi just copies it and then actually 2 times it and is about to kill him with the kunai, but that's when Senbon comes flying out of nowhere and Haku appears. And that's actually where I'm gonna leave it off. Sorry, I know it's not that long, but I still have to work on the scripts. I could improvise, but you would just get really pissed at me because that would be making stuff up the top of my head. You would just be like, "Bro, you're not making any sense." So I'm gonna stop it here, and I'll do the 3rd part tomorrow, so stick around for that. And yeah, until next time.